Angry guy here, and women have chased men out of Western society. Women have chased men out of Western society. So it's really unfortunate. It's very sad, but that is exactly what's happened. Let's just go ahead and jump into the video.
We already know that the majority of American women are not very realistic when it comes to their expectations of men and relationships. What they want to bring to the table versus what they expect a man to provide really doesn't make no sense at all. And if you would put both of it on the scale would most definitely tip and fall over all the way. The problem with that being said is that it's not only a small group of women in America who think like this, behave like this, and move like this. It's the majority of them. The majority of women in America think it's okay if they don't bring anything to the table, but the man has to do everything for them, okay? Which really is an understandable reason why a lot of American men are beginning to date outside of the US. Women like this young lady right here, or even the one who likes to add a sprinkle after everything she says, they claim to be relationship advice giving gurus. These women are gaining so much popularity on social media platforms such as on Instagram, on TikTok, or even on YouTube, which again proves my point when I say that the majority of women in America are really delusional when it comes to their expectations on dating or even on being in a relationship or even a man. I clearly said enough. Let the delusional woman speak for herself, and then we will be back discussing this whole situation. Bear with me.
For every man who is interested in taking me out for this new year, I'm just going to give it to you straight. If you're looking for a girl who's going to take care of you or cook you dinner or going to provide for you, you're not going to find that here, okay? I don't bring things to the table. You know what I bring? I bring these good looks, this hot body, and an unforgettable personality. But that's about it. Everything else is pretty much up to you. And I like it that way. I'm going to keep it that way. So if you're looking for a girl who's going to bring something to the table, you're not going to find that here. And you might as well move along and not take me out. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that.
I do have to applaud these women for being so truthful with us, because at least, gentlemen, you know who to rather leave alone and not to deal with. And also what I would like to say is I am not using this platform or these clips to bash women with the things that I'm saying when I'm critiquing these videos. I'd rather use these clips and promote and point out the things that a woman shouldn't do and what she should be doing instead, just to get that clear. Now you heard what this young woman said. She brings a whole lot of body, a whole lot of beauty, and a whole lot of personality to the table. And everything else, my dear gentlemen, is basically up to you. So who is to blame when the woman is masculine? You. Who is to blame when the woman is acting out of her character? You. Who is to blame when the woman is unhappy, when she has to be the man of the household even though she doesn't want to? It is you. It's always the man. Whatever the man is doing, it's never enough. It's never perfect, which absolutely doesn't make any sense to me. How can you just sit there and wait to blame someone else for your errors, for your faults? Loser type attitude. By the way, I also ask myself, how does a woman's femininity depend on a man's behavior, on his financial status, or the money he spends? I mean, honestly, a woman cannot turn her femininity on and off like a light switch. Either a woman knows how to cater to a man and take care of the household, or she doesn't. And unfortunately, a lot of these young women are being raised to not to cater to a man. They think it is something offensive. They don't even understand the beauty of being the woman of the household and catering to your man.
So this is something Soraya is finally talking about. There was when she first started making videos, at least when I first started watching her videos, she would talk about, women learning how to be feminine and learning how to get a man basically. And now she's basically saying what I've been saying, for quite some time. You can't learn femininity. You can't just flip a switch and turn it on and turn it off. You either have femininity or you don't. Like it's really like that. These women were raised for most of their lives as masculines. Like these are like I don't need. It's like we're getting to a point where it's almost an insult to call these people women, because women are supposed to have specific traits and behaviors. Women are supposed to be feminine, women are supposed to be modest, women are supposed to carry themselves a certain way. Women are these people have become so different. Like the only way men could potentially in the future possibly still like women is to maybe stop calling American women, Western women, women. Like I'm so serious, and basically just call them something else. Like we call them modern women right now, but maybe like we're getting to the point where we may just have to like take the term woman away from these people, because they have destroyed what it is to be a woman. They have destroyed the label woman. Because when you think of a woman today, for men in Western society, you think of promiscuity, you think of disrespect, you think of masculine energy, you think of single motherhood, you think of dishonesty, you think of disregard for human life. I mean, you think of entitlement, you think of delusion. I mean, you when you look at it, like it's like, why would I want to get myself involved with something like this? And then it's not just, as Soraya pointed out, it's not just like a handful of women. It's it's the majority of women in Western society today. The majority, and you have a lot of women who are so-called conservative women, but they have. If you look at how they vote in polls, most of these women have very liberal values. Like these same conservative women take polls and they say that feminism still has work to do. Conservative women are saying that feminism still has work to do. What does that tell you about these women, these so-called tradcon women? You have to be very, very careful. Like tradcon is another scam in and of itself. A lot of these women who are now calling themselves tradcons, they still wear the 304 uniform. They're just pretend like these. Like some of these women don't even know how to do their makeup properly. Like they are so desperate to look traditional now that they're like trying to like they don't even know how to look like a feminine woman, because they've been in the streets so long. They don't know how to express femininity. They don't know what femininity is. They don't know what it looks like. And it's like they can try to play games with it. They're like, oh well, I cook and I can cook and clean, bro. That's nothing special. That's nothing special. That's something women have been doing for what, tens of thousands of years, maybe hundreds of thousands of years. You've been on this planet for like what, 200,000 years, right? So women have probably been cooking for a large portion of that, and you think that's something special? Like I don't know what is wrong with modern day women. Like they are increasingly destroying what it means to be a woman. Like they've tried to destroy masculinity, they've tried to tear down men, they've tried to make us into, you need to learn how to cry. You can see what the impact that it's had on men and boys, but you can also see the impact that it's had on girls, where girls are becoming more liberal and more radical. And they think, and I saw a title from a video from Just Pearly Things, and she basically said, wokeness is here to stay. And it's true. These people, it's not going anywhere. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. While the label feminism may go away, the legacy will live on. These women cannot change because feminism is a part of who they are. It's the seed of feminism spread throughout their entire being. It's in their arms, it's in their legs, it's in their feet, it's in their brains. They cannot live without it. It's a part of them. You can't get it out of them. Okay? And these women, they will go overseas with this personality type, with this behavior, and try to rule men overseas, and they'll have a hard time doing it. But I'm telling you, this is how their behavior is, because they go overseas and they take the same toxic behavior overseas with them. And a lot of y'all say, well, if things go to downhill in society, these women will suddenly submit. You're wrong about that. These women are functionally insane at best. They are not who you think they are too far gone mentally. They may try to pretend, but they can't pretend to be. They could. pretend to be feminine. What, this whole soft girl thing? Anyone can see that these women are not feminine. They cannot even sound. They can't sound feminine. They are just bullcrapping, and they're still looking for millionaires and rich men to take care of them. They are so disrespectful and so narcissistic, and it's just insane when you look at them as a whole. You're like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with this. And they're literally chasing men out of Western society. 100%, they are chasing men out of Western society. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Women have chased men out of Western society. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts on this, so let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA men walking away. And cheers.